Oversoul is the largest, I don't even like to say it, player, right? And your Oversoul has multiple, let's say, avatars performing in different dimensional ways of being, okay? And I know this might be hard for people to understand, but now as science is moving more towards holographic theory, many worlds theories, and let's say quantum entanglement and quantum processes, we start to realize that these ideas of the dimensional self are not that far off. And for a lot of us too, we will realize that when we're in our dream time, for example, there's a lot that's not really understood. There's times and gaps of time that you can exist in a dream state and or have a different body shape, or you could be a totally different species. For those that are a little more advanced, that are more familiar with astral travel and can be made more aware when they have their eye on. But what I'm trying to say is that if you could imagine for a moment that every single version of this is you, still part of that larger Oversoul, that larger you. It's like as if like each playing field has different modus operandi, and each playing field has different emotional equivocations for what one could perceive or for what one could interpret. So you have to understand is that for each one of these, their whole goal, meaning your whole goal, no matter what dimensional self you can embody, and you can, like I said, you can be a 3D physical vessel, but your consciousness can actually elevate in thought processes. And what that does is it opens up the matter dynamics that you face here, and it helps with manifestation. So what I'm trying to say is that the closer you can get any of these dimensional selves to the thought form of complete love and oneness, the higher in the ranks, or the higher in the rung you go. And the thing is too, this also does take place with your individual frequency. And like I said in past, it's like with that individual frequency, let's say you start off with 222 hertz. That's your frequency. It's individualized, it's unique. As that frequency finds more energy, let's say an energy output, let's put it that way. As you move in the ranks, your energy output changes. It doesn't change the actual frequency, but what it does is it amplifies the frequency. And that will cause you to rise. It just makes you quicken. It just makes you fast and faster. So the whole thing is that even if you rise in consciousness, you'll notice as a person that you start to quake a lot faster in terms of your frequency. If you're someone who listens really well to yourself and knows your personal frequency and what you, I guess what you resonate at, you'll notice that as you elevate in higher consciousness, and even some of you may understand this when your ears ring, how high in pitch they can go, it's still the same sound, it's just being amplified higher and higher and higher. So you're not changing the frequency, you're just amplifying it to a higher moving resonance. So that's truly what happens with you as an individual as well. You raise in the resonance because your consciousness expands more fuller towards this full embodiment of love. And love being the most powerful force, right? This is what we're all trying to transmute towards. So I know this was a long one, but I hope this helped. This is me out at High Park here in Toronto. But this is what we're shooting for. I'm going to do more series on the emotions and how to transmute those emotions and how to move even darker sided, night-sided emotions to the light-sided. And as I've said before, you have to be a balanced, middle grounded person, because again, like the Buddhists and Taoists and even Yeshua had commented on this, that the middle path is the fastest and the easiest, because if you can go through the middle, then you don't have to zigzag through your whole Kundalini. You don't have to go back and forth and back and forth. You go through the middle, it's the fastest way. So I hope this made sense. I wish you lots of love, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye for now.